What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Scotty here. I'm sitting at home and just wanted to reflect on my experience with Pam Transport and Driver Solutions. I know I posted this video once before, but you could actually hardly hear what I was saying. So I wanted to go ahead and redo it. I mean, a little bit of stuff has actually happened, a little bit of new stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and reflect back on that. First and foremost, Driver Solutions. They're actually a pretty good company to go through if you do want to become a professional truck driver. They require you to go ahead and get your CDL permit and your uh, physical exam, your DOT physical exam, done prior to actually going through their progress or their program and getting the progress started and all that stuff. In order to get your CDL permit, you have to have a minimum of a 2-year driving experience in order to do so. Um, the DOT physical, it consists of, vision, hearing, uh, pretty much a standard physical. You have to have a minimum of 20/40 vision, which for me, I had a 20/40 in one eye and a 20/15 in the other eye. So, because I do have a lazy eye, but I was able to pass that part. So, get all that stuff taken care of, and then go through the progress. The link to their page will be below, so don't worry about all that. I'll have all that taken care of for you. The only thing you gotta do is click on the link and go through the progress. Pam Transport. They are also a good company to work for, at the most part. Now, when you first start out with Pam Transport, you will actually start out, depending on if you're a solo driver or a team driver or a team hazmat driver. Now, if you're a team hazmat driver, you'll get paid 35 cents per mile. For a for team driving, and that's also team hazmat, not solo hazmat. 35 cents per mile for a team hazmat, which is actually pretty decent money starting out with a company. Now, for regular team driving, it is 17.5 cents per mile for your first year. For solo drivers, it is a 25 cent per mile for your first year. Now, after your first year, I don't know because I haven't gotten that far up yet. I'm only within 5 months of driving with the company. But all in all, it's actually pretty good. Now, they want to start you out as a team. That is actually a requirement. Now, you get to choose your partner. They're not going to go and, oh, well, we're going to give you this partner, or or just throw somebody in your truck with you. No. They actually changed a little bit of their status and their rules and the way that they're going through their going through their progress with students and stuff like that. You will go through your training through C1 training, which is the truck driving school. They actually have a good truck driving school down in Maryville, Tennessee, which I'll also put their link in the description below as well, called Peak Technical Institute. I went through them for my C1 training through Driver Solutions. They are a phenomenal school. I mean, they get straight down to the point, basics of what you need to do or how to do to drive the truck, to go through the progress of everything to get your actual CDL. They don't go through the bullshit and all this crap. They actually get to the point. Now, they also have other ones. The worst one that I've heard since being in driving is Texas. Why? I don't know, but Texas does not require to train how to do a pre-trip inspection on your truck. That is also another vehicle. God dang it. I'm sorry. That is also another video coming up soon. I'm not sure exactly how soon, but soon. So keep watching for that one. I will actually show you all how to do a pre-trip inspection on your truck prior to driving your truck for the day. It is not hard. It's just time consuming. Pam Transport requires you to do a minimum, and I say a minimum, of a 15-minute pre-trip inspection on your truck. Now, your pre-trip inspection does not have to be exactly 15 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 30 minutes. Now, if it takes you 30 minutes to go, or over 30 minutes to do a pre-trip on your truck, either A, you're slow, or B, you just don't know what the hell you're doing. I can do a pre-trip inspection on my truck completely, front to back, all the way around my truck in less than 30 minutes. And I've only been doing this for in total, 6 months. That's the month that I was with C1 training and the 5 months that I've been with Pam Transport. Once you go through your training with your C1, you will get to go home. Now, after you do your C1 training, once you get home, they will call, or your mentor will actually call you and pick you up from either at your house or at a meeting point that you and your mentor decide on to get you picked up from. After you get picked up, you'll be with your mentor for 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how you do on the truck with your mentor, or if you pretty much screw up while you're on the road. I was on the road with my mentor for 2 weeks. My mentor was actually a phenomenal guy, and I do recommend him. I'm sorry, that's one of them words that I can't pronounce all too well, but I recommend him. His name is Mike Pomeroy. He drives for Pam Transport. He's been with the company for, I think he said, 2.5 years now. He became a mentor after 3 months of driving the truck. 3 months on the road, and he became a mentor. He is a phenomenal guy. He's cool. I recommend you all pick him, but that's not my choice. That's up to you. You can choose any, or they'll either give you a mentor or you can choose a mentor. It's up to you. If you know somebody that's already a mentor with Pam Transport, you can call and say, hey, I would like to have this guy as my mentor, blah, 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 blah. And they will pretty much give you that mentor. I didn't have that luxury because I didn't know anybody in the trucking industry that was working for Pam Transport at the time. So they actually hooked me up with this guy. And funny story about the whole situation is I know his daughter, and I've pretty much known his daughter for like 4 or 5 years prior to actually joining the trucking industry. But I was talking to him on the phone at my hotel whenever I was in Youngstown, Ohio, and was talking to him, and I was actually FaceTiming my wife at the same time. And she told me to ask him if, he was his daughter's dad at the time, because I didn't know. And he's like, yeah, how do you know? And I told him the story about how I know his daughter and this and that. But anyways, I'm getting a little off subject here. Now, once you get done with your mentor will drop you off at a location for your orientation. Now, that could either be in Youngstown, Ohio, North Jackson, Arkansas, Tawnytown, Arkansas, and I think there's one in Laredo, Texas, and I think there's another one, but I'm not 100% for sure. I do know of those main 4, but I think there's another one, but I can't remember exactly where it's at. Now, once you do your orientation and you pass your orientation test, then you will get your truck. If you fail your test, they give you another shot at it the next day. If you fail that, you're gone. Now, if you bounce out of this program, or if they drop you out of the program, you don't have to pay nothing back. But if you shit can yourself out of the program and you bounce and leave after you do your C1 training and you pass and you get your CDL and everything else and you bounce, if you can find another company that will reimburse for your schooling, go for it. If not, you're stuck with a $6,000 bill. With that being said, Pam Transport, like I said, I've been with them since October the 10th. That was whenever I did my orientation. I did 2 weeks on the road with my mentor. I went to Tawnytown, Arkansas is where he dropped me off at. And I did my orientation progress, or actually I did my orientation. This was before they switched everything. Did my orientation, picked up with him, went out on the road, came back, did my my driving skills and everything else that I needed to do. And then I actually got a rental car from Tawnytown, Arkansas, which they actually paid me for. They paid me to drive from Tawnytown, Arkansas in a rental car per mile to Louisville, Kentucky to drop two guys off in Louisville to get their truck. And then I drove from Louisville, Kentucky down to Charlotte, North Carolina to get my truck. They paid me $150 to recover my truck, and they also paid me per mile from Tawnytown, Arkansas to Louisville, Kentucky to Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, I've been in this truck pretty much since I left Tawnytown. They gave me the truck, told me what truck it was, blah, 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 blah. That truck was registered to me. My truck number is 27998. I am on a dedicated lane with Pam Transport out of 2 weeks of being on the road. I've been on the road pretty much since the end of October. I was supposed to be with a partner. I chose this partner. Me and him actually agreed upon it. We would do our 6 months or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Well, I went and done my mentorship and all that stuff with my mentor. He went and did his. Something happened that he had to go home, and he was supposed to return. Well, he had never returned. They set us up in orientation as a team. So our 6 months of team actually started then. Now your 6 months of team doesn't actually have to be total 6 months. Now it's on a 6-month clock. Your 6-month clock starts the day that you and your partner sign a piece of paper saying, "Hey, we will be teammates." Now, if you or your partner bounce, one or the other, and then one of you stay, your 6-month clock continues to roll. Now, after your 6 months, you can become solo and be a solo driver for the company. After 3 months of being on the road driving, you can actually become a mentor for the company as long as you don't have anything bad on your record. I had an incident in November, and it actually pretty much shit-canned me being a mentor for 6 months. I have to have 6 months of good driving. I also have to have 2 months of no violations on my logs or anything like that in order to become a mentor, which that's actually coming up here, I think, in May. Yeah, in May, I'll be able to become a mentor for the company, which I'm actually going to put back in for that in the end of April or beginning part of May. I'm not 100% for sure exactly which date. I'll have to double check on that. But being with Pam Transport, it's actually gave me a little bit of experience on the road. I've been able to actually back into a dock and not have to worry about anything, which I was doing that with my mentor as well, but I've gotten more experience with it on the road. Like I said, they got me a dedicated lane. Now, a dedicated lane, I work a total of 2,200 miles, maybe a little more depending on if they get me a second load at the end of the week. I go from Canton, Massachusetts, all the way down to Spring Hill, Tennessee, and back to Canton, Massachusetts in a week's time. So it's actually, all in all, 22 to 2,500 miles total all week long, depending on the other runs, you know. I haven't had any bad experience with the company, really. I mean, my DM, he's awesome. I like him. Mario, shout out to you, brother, because I know you probably watch my videos anyway, so it's a shout out to you. You're a kick-ass DM. I like you. The company itself is actually a good company. So if you all actually do decide to get into the trucking industry, I do recommend you going to Pam Transport. If you do not want to go to Pam Transport, there's other trucking industries out there. I'm not going to say them because I actually work for Pam Transport, so I can't actually say, hey, go to this company or that company or, you know. But your options are, you have an unlimited amount of options in the trucking industry. There's so many different companies that you could go to. Now, Some of the companies actually have their own schooling. You can actually call them. I actually talked to another company about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and they said that they would have put me through school through their program, which I didn't know about it at first. I mean, I looked up truck driving jobs on Google, and Driver Solutions popped up. So I checked them out, called them up, blah 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 blah. And here I am. After my first year's up, I'm gonna see how it goes. And if my pay goes up, I'll stay with the company. If my pay doesn't go up, I might end up leaving. I know I said in other videos that I'm looking for more local jobs, this and that. I'm at least going to give it a year with Pam Transport because I don't feel like paying $6,000 back. So I'm going to give them a year, see how everything goes. All in all, Pam's actually a good company to work for because pretty much they got a good standings, you know. They try to get their drivers miles. They don't try to make them sit and wait for loads and this and that. Right now we're on a slow pace because, you know, the holiday season and everything is pretty much over. So they're actually getting us some loads, but not much. Me being on a dedicated lane, I'm constantly going. And right now I'm at home. I got my home time right now, but I'm constantly on the road. I'm constantly driving. You know, I get home weekly, so that's a plus with me. Some drivers don't get home till 3 or 4 weeks at a time. Now, what they request or require you to do is drive 6, home 1. You know, for every 7 days you're on the road, you can request a day off. Now, if you drive 3 weeks total, like 21 days, you get 3 days off if you want that off time. Some drivers will actually work 6 months straight and then take that whole time for those 6 months. So 6 times 4 is what? 24? So they'll take 24 solid days off. So, you know, 24 days, I can't do that. I can't make a payment that way, you know. I can't make a house payment. I can't make a car payment. I can't, you know, make bills, this and that. Me personally, 24 days off is way too freaking long to be off. So, after my year's up, I'll get a week's vacation paid. After my year's up, I'm thinking in the spring next year, not this year coming, but next year, it's a vacation trip for me and the family, and I get paid for it. Yeah, I think it's either A, beach, or B, an amusement park for a week. I think more of a beach and then going to an amusement park while we're at the beach. Sounds a little bit more appropriate. But this is my experience with Pam Transport Driver Solutions. I hope you all enjoy the video. Don't forget, always like, subscribe, favorite, and follow me on Facebook. I'm going to put that in the description below as well. Check me out, guys. Have yourselves a good one. And as always, keep it real with you.